Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Wednesday evening to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. Today, since it's Kevin Garnett's birthday, I decided to do an all-time team featuring KG. I am just going to do the Timberwolves today because he spent most of his NBA career with the T-Wolves. He did win an NBA title with the Boston Celtics back in 2008. But since he's on the starting five for the Timberwolves, that's what I decided to do. Uh, we're going to be at Target Center today in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So, to introduce the starting five I'm going to start off with Pelicans. So they got Chris Paul, Baron Davis, Jamal Mashburn, David West, and Anthony Davis, one of my favorite NBA players. Um, the Davises. So when you see B Davis, it's Baron. If it's A Davis, it's Anthony Davis. So just keep that in mind. For the Minnesota all-time Timberwolves, they got Sam Cassell, Wally Searcyback, Tom Gugliotta, Kevin Love, and Kevin Garnett. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you guys at tip-off. Here we are at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And it is about tip-off time. So Anthony Davis and the all-time Pelicans win the tip-off. Chris Paul is going to pass it to Baron Davis, number one. And Baron Davis, he's going to do a crossover. He dunks it in for the first 2 points of the game for the New Orleans Pelicans. So I got Kevin Garnett, whose birthday is today. High school draftee from Farragut Academy in Chicago. So Anthony Davis passes it to Chris Paul. And Anthony Davis makes a sweet dunk there for the New Orleans Pelicans. So Wally Searcyback, he's going to pass it to KG, makes 2 points there. So it's tied 4-4 here in the Target Center. So Chris Paul, he's going to pass this to David West. Why did I keep saying Jerry? But Baron Davis, he's going to attempt the three. Sam Cassell picks up the rebound. Kevin Garnett, he is going to shoot this in from deep three behind the arc, and that's going to count. So it's now 7-4 here in Minneapolis. So he's going to pass it to David West, and then Jamal Mashburn. Kevin Garnett's using some defense here, and it was too late to block, so he got it in for 2 points. So I'm going to pass this to KG, and Kevin Garnett is going to step back, shoot this in from three, and it's now 10-6. So Mashburn's going to pass it to Chris Paul, and Chris Paul loses the basketball, and Kevin Garnett, he is going to shoot this in from three, and it's now going to be a 13-6 lead here for the Minnesota T-Wolves. And the T-Wolves have scored all their points were scored mainly by Kevin Garnett. So he has 16 points in this game. And there's only 59 seconds to go in the first. So Chris Paul, he loses the basketball. I'm going to pass this to KG. And Kevin Garnett, he dunks that in. So it's now 18-6 here in Minneapolis. So I really like these Timberwolves uniforms today, the light blue ones. So Kevin Garnett makes the steal, and I like the number font on these Timberwolves uniforms. And the Pelicans do take a timeout. All right, Ryan Anderson passes it to Drew Holiday, and he's going to pass it to Baron Davis. So Baron Davis, he's going to make another dunk for the T-Wolves. And Kevin Garnett has scored all 20 points for the T-Wolves so far. So Garnett, he's going to step back behind the arc, shoot that in from three, and it's now 23-8 here in the Target Center. So Kevin Garnett makes a steal. Drew Holiday picks it back up, and it looks like Terrell Brandon passes it to KG, and Kevin Garnett's going to make an underhand layup, so he scores 25 points. So the T-Wolves, they got a fourth of a way to go if they want to score that triple-digit mark. So I'm going to pass this to Kevin Garnett, and KG, he's going to step back, shoot this in from three, and we'll see you guys in the second quarter. All right, now Jimmy Butler passes it to Terrell Brandon. I'm going to pass this to Isaiah Ryder. And then I might pass it to KG. And KG, he's going to shoot from mid-range. That's going to be 2 points there. So he scored 30 points. So a third of his points of today's episode so far has been in the paint. So Kevin Garnett makes the foul. So the T-Wolves are on defense. So Drew Holiday still has possession of the basketball. So Ryan Anderson's going to pass it to Marcus Cousins. And does he make it in? The answer is going to be a yes sirree. I'm going to pass this to KG, Kevin Garnett. So Kevin Garnett, he's going to make that in. So it's now 32-10. So Kevin Garnett has scored all the points for the T-Wolves so far in this game. 13 for 13 though, but the all-time Pelicans, they have scored 10 points. So Drew Holiday, he's going to pass it to Ryan Anderson, and he does make that in, and that's going to count. So I'm going to pass it deep to Kevin Garnett, and that's going to be a foul there. It's on Ryan Anderson, a shooting foul, and Kevin Garnett gets his first field trip to the free-throw line on his birthday. So Garnett, he's going to make another one. It's now going to be 34-12 here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, also home of the Minnesota Vikings. And Chris Paul, he's going to dribble the ball. He's going to pass it to David West. He makes that in. So David West gets his first 2 points of the game. Ricky Rubio passes it to Kevin Garnett. And KG, he got drafted by the T-Wolves in 1995 and then played with his first stint till 2007. And then from 07 to 12, he played with the Boston Celtics. And then after the Boston Celtics, he went to the Brooklyn Nets. And then after the Brooklyn Nets, he went to the T-Wolves during the middle of the 14-15 season. And then his final career was, he last played in 2015-16 season. So Garnett has 38 points, 15 for 15. So they're leading this by 21. So Anthony Davis, he's going to pass it to Wesley. And there's only a minute to go in the second quarter. So Anthony Davis there puts in 2 points for the Pelicans. Rubio, I'm going to pass this to KG. And he loses that basketball. So Chris Paul, he makes that in for 2. That's going to count. So it's now 38-21. And we're winning by basically 17. It will be 20 if we actually do make it in. And he does. So it's now 41-21. So this has been really impressive. Kevin Garnett has scored all 41 points in this first half. So I think this will be the first time. So it's now 43-21. So Chris Paul has possession of the basketball. And he's going to pass it to Wesley there. And he makes that in. It's going to count. So it's now 43-23. I'm going to pass this deep to Kevin Garnett. And Garnett makes that in. It's going to count. So we'll see you guys in the second half. All right, now this is the beginning of the second half. Kevin Garnett scored 47 points in this first half. So Andrew Wiggins, he gets 2 points. So this will be the first set of points not scored by Kevin Garnett in this episode. And Chris Paul, he likes to do that spin move, but Baron Davis loses the basketball. Kevin Love has possession of the basketball, so he's going to drive it in for 2. So it's now 51-23. So Kevin Love scores his first 2 points of the game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that's going to be a foul there. And Baron Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans will still have, well, Chris Paul actually has the ball. So he's going to pass to Baron Davis. And then Jamal Mashburn makes that 2-pointer. So Andrew Wiggins, he's going to pass this to Ricky Rubio, who just had it signed with them over the offseason in his second stint with the team. And he shoots from 3, so it's now 54-25. I wish they would have added Derrick Rose on the old-time T-Wolves team, which they should be able to. They added Jimmy Butler, but why not add Derrick Rose? Because he led them to the 17-18 playoffs. But they did lose to the Rockets in that first round. So Tom Gugliotta makes that awesome rebound for the Timberwolves, and he makes that in. So it's now 56-25, and we're leading this by 31 over the New Orleans Pelicans. Davis, Paul, he's gonna shoot this in, but he misses. Anthony Davis makes that offensive rebound, but he claims 2 points off of that. So now we got Ricky Rubio. I'm gonna pass this to Andrew Wiggins, and he makes that in. So it's now 59-27. So David West passes it to Chris Paul, and then Baron Davis, he's dribbling the court, and it could have went off sides, but it didn't. So Anthony Davis makes that nice layup there for the Pelicans. So they have more points in the paint. They have 26. We have 18. And they've only scored one three-pointer, I think, in this whole game. And, I mean, we're still winning, but they still have more points in the paint than us. So, generally, that usually happens. So, Chris Paul, he's going to pass it to AD, gets blocked. And Tom Gugliotta, he's going to pass this to Ricky Rubio. And Rubio makes that in for 2 points. And it's now 63-29 here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So, Chris Paul, he's going to dribble the ball. He's going to pass it to Anthony Davis. Does a nice reverse back layup there. And it's now 63-31. Ricky Rubio, I'm going to pass this off to Tom Gugliotta. And then I might use some Stephon Marbury, whom we didn't use a whole lot in this episode. And this will be his first time on the court, actually. So I wish he was on that all-time Phoenix Suns team, because in 02-03, he was the main contributor to that Suns team, which they did lose in that first round. There is a classic team, which I like, but I just think for a moment he needs to be on that all-time team. Look at that block by AD, and we'll see you guys in the fourth. All right, now your State Farm assisted game coming right up for your Minnesota Timberwolves. Sam Cassell passes it to Kevin Garnett, and that makes it a dunk. So we've had a lot of great assists by Sam Cassell in this episode, which we're in episode 24, by the way, of season 1. So Eric Gordon, who now plays for the Houston Rockets, has possession of the basketball. He's going to pass it to Julius Randle, who spent a season with the Pelicans before going to the New York Knicks. And Kevin Garnett recovers the basketball. I'm going to pass it to Isaiah Ryder, and then KG. I'm going to use some KG. He did not play all this third quarter because he played the first and second quarters, and he scored every single point in that first half. So that's really surprising to see. Guarantee you this, he will be player of the game. 11 steals, and we've had 21 fast break points for the Minnesota Timberwolves in this episode. And now it's 70-35, so we're leading this by half. Karl Anthony Towns intercepts that. I might pass it off to Karl Anthony Towns, and he steps back, shoots that in from 2 points, and that's going to make it in for the Minnesota T-Wolves. 12 turnovers, and we've had 28 points with ours. So, and we only had one. So Karl Anthony Towns drives it in for 2. So it's now 74-35, 13 now, and they have 30. So Anthony Davis, he passes it to Tyson Chandler. Could have been a nice block though, but Karl Anthony Towns has a shooting foul. So this means Tyson Chandler gets to go to the free-throw line. This will be his first field trip, rather, to the free-throw line. And Tyson Chandler, will he make the second attempt count? The answer will be a yes, sirree. Isaiah Ryder, he has the ball. He's going to pass this off to Karl Anthony Towns. And he's going to shoot this in from deep 3. And that's going to count. So it's now 77-37 for the Minnesota T-Wolves. So Drew Holiday, who just left the Pelicans during the offseason, Wesley, he tries to attempt that 3. And Timberwolves still have the basketball, which is good. So look at that mobile 1 block. It was Anthony Davis blocking Kevin Love's shot. So in the game of basketball, the tall guys always like to block, and he can do pretty decent with blocking. You know Anthony Davis, he likes to block. So it's now 79-37. So KG has 54 points. 100% of his shots were actually completed. So that's interesting to see. But Kevin Garnett loses that basketball. And Peja Stojakovic, the former Sacramento Kings star, makes that in for 2. So it's now going to be 79-39. So I'm going to pass this off to KG. And he's going to do a reverse layup. And that's going to be 81-39. 56 points for KG, 20 of which were in the paint. So he knows how to play some decent basketball, I'd have to say. West, he's going to pass it to Kevin Garnett. He dunks that in. All right, your player of the game is Kevin Garnett on his birthday. Decent player. He scored at least more than, I'm guessing, 60 points at the bare minimum. But he scored a lot more than his teammates, like 6 times more points than his teammates in today's episode. He's the only player to have scored double digits on the T-Wolves so far. Now, Garnett, he made that steal, so I'm going to shoot this in from 3, so it's now 89-39. And it is Wesley that has the basketball. He's going to pass this to DeMarcus Cousins. He makes that dunk it in for 2. And there's only 22.5 seconds to go. Kevin Garnett, it looks like. I'm going to just shoot this in from 3 behind the arc. Close to the corner there, but it's 92-41. We're leading this by 51. And Drew Holiday has possession of the basketball. That's going to be a foul. All right, the game is over. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the New Orleans Pelicans, all-time team, and it's now 95-41. Kevin Garnett is your MVP, and he celebrates his birthday with a win. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this content. Please stay tuned for more videos in the near later future, and we'll see you at Stats and show you the next episode. All right, Kevin Garnett, 70 points, 1 rebound, 11 steals, 1 dunk, and 3 dunks on the day. So he scored 10 times more than his teammates in today's episode. Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins both claimed 7 points. However, Anthony Towns did have 1 rebound, 1 assist on the day with 2 steals. Rubio had 2 steals. So Kevin Love, he had 4 points, 1 rebound on the day, 1 steal and 1 block. And we'll just show you the Pelican side. Anthony Davis, 1 steal, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 dunk, and 10 points. Baron Davis had 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists on the day, 2 dunks as well. Chris Paul, 5 points, 5 assists. So that wraps it up. We'll show you the next matchup.